Hey, welcome back to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. I just hit start streaming instead of start recording, so probably somewhere out there there's a few seconds of me on Twitch going, "Wah!" Well, that's generally what I do on Twitch when I do go on there anyway. Hi, I talk about VHS tapes of VHS culture, cult movies, comics, games, writing life, music, and a bunch of other stuff that scratches the retro itch. On this video, it's going to be time for our weekly look at this week's VHS culture, stuff that has turned up around the internet where we've got some VHS culture going on, and that's always good to see. It's always nice to see that this stuff is still being talked about. People are still keeping it alive in many ways. First of all, you see this up here. Still can't get that right. Coven of the Black Cube. I was browsing trailers on Prime. I like to try browse weird trailers on Prime and get the weirdest ones that I can. If I find something weird, I'll go underneath the suggested stuff and see if I can find something even weirder. And progressively this got stranger and stranger until I found this film, Coven of the Black Cube. Watching the trailer to it, this looks okay. This is like SOV sort of, hang on, this is modern SOV, so it's like shot on video SOV. This is a horror movie, but it's been made to look like an old SOV movie, and my god, that's Josh Schaefer. Josh Schaefer is the man behind Lunchmeat, Lunchmeat VHS. Check out that website, check out the magazine. Lunchmeat is amazing. He's also the guy that did the original cover for vhsatemybrain, my book. So the original version of that with the skull and the it was so cool. And this movie had Josh in it, so okay, I've got to watch this. Watch the movie. He co-wrote it. He starred in it. This is so cool. I'm sorry, Josh, that I'm a bit out of touch and didn't realise that you were doing this. This is the coolest thing. It's so fun. So for connoisseurs of shot on video horror, if you know your video violence from your Black Devil Doll from Hell, from your Tales from the Quadhead Zone, from your 555, this is the sort of thing that you will be able to sit through and really get something out of, really enjoy. However, Coven of the Black Cube is not for everyone. You need to have rather discerning tastes. You need to have really delved into the bowels of low budget movie making and sleaze and grindhouse. This is for me. This is for me and my type. My people. You're watching this, my people. This is a great piece of marvelous trash cinema. It's ridiculous, it's gory, it's violent, it's crude, and I love it dearly. So that was a nice surprise. So if that sounds like something you might be into, check out Coven of the Black Cube. It's available on Amazon Prime, which was a really nice surprise, so that was cool. So I found this. There's often, as you know from watching these videos, any previous videos of mine, there's often stuff online talking about the value of VHS and things like that. Or you won't believe the value of these Disney tapes you'll find in your loft, covered in mold and sick and whatever people keep in the lofts. Why would you keep sick in your loft? Sorry. This one though is what movie is the best-selling VHS of all time, and in case you didn't know, the best-selling VHS of all time is apparently a Lion King, wasn't it? I think. I didn't even read this. So, but this is a really good piece on faroutmagazine.co.uk. I did read it, I'm kidding, I'm just joking around. About the highest selling VHS tapes, things like Independence Day, Jurassic Park, and so on. But yeah, it is The Lion King, which sold a mind-boggling 32 million copies and earned $520 million on top of its $978 million box office bonanza. That's very, very cool. And it talks about DVDs, but who cares about DVDs? But yeah, it's The Lion King. So interesting piece on there, interesting article on the best-selling tapes of all time. Do check that out. It's always good to see what's being talked about, and it's nice to see something like this that isn't just about the value that things may be or may not. Having said that, this next story that I found was quite interesting on that subject. A sealed Ghostbusters VHS sells for $3,800 in Goodwill auction. This is over on ghostbustersnews.com, which is a great site if you ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Really need to watch that again now. But yeah, this is factory sealed copy of the original rental Ghostbusters in the States, and in a Goodwill auction, $3,800. That is not bad. $3,806. That is so cool. It's an original RCA Columbia release from 1985 with the iconic red bordered slipcover and No Ghost logo front and center. So yeah, RCA Columbia always had the red and white. It was red and white logo and the red band around stuff, and it's very evocative of a time and a place for some movie fans. But that is a pretty cool tape. So that's one from the 80s that has never been played. That is a direct link back to the era when these things came out and were huge. That is so cool. Yeah. So there's a discussion here whether it's worth nearly $4,000, whether it's up for debate, but someone wanted it. Someone wanted to pay that. Why the hell not? This is Ghostbusters. But there was previously one 2022. It says here that sold for $23,750 through Heritage Auctions for a sealed and professionally graded first print. I'm a bit iffy about grading stuff, complete with a raised No Ghost logo, but it's really cool, and I do love it that a film of that is just Ghostbusters is near perfect. It is near perfect, as near perfect as it gets for me. I love that movie. I will never ever tire of it, and I love that something like that is still fetching big bucks. So sometimes there are stories about the value of VHS tapes which are not nonsense. This is a really cool one, and of course that's going to charity, so that money's going to charity, so all good. This one's an interesting one. Expats CZ. So this is like people from Czechoslovakia, former Czechoslovakia, and this just caught my eye just because it's so ludicrous. Yo Adrian, Czech church unveils Rocky sculpture made out of 50,000 VHS tapes. That's mad. It kind of looks like it's just come to life. You know, like in Spider-Man 3 when Sandman is forming, it looks kind of like that, where he's trying to struggle into a human form, and now he's realised he can do it. That's frightening though, because if that happened to the tapes I've got in storage, I wouldn't stand a chance. But that is really cool. But I cannot help but wonder what's on those tapes. Is it all the same movie? Is it all copies of Rocky? Is it that guy who collects thousands of copies of Titanic? That would be funny if it was his. Okay, there's no labels on, so it could be anything. That is really cool. And there's a video of it on the piece there as well. So if you want to go check that out and see what that's about, go on to expats.cz. CZ for you Americans among my viewers. Hello over there. How are you doing? So beyond that one, I checked out bloodydisgusting.com to see what I could find in the way of retro news, and I found this. I thought this was really fun. There are Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Terrifier, RoboCop, and Last Drive-In activity books available from Fright Rags, who usually do like t-shirts. I've got a Sammy Kerr t-shirt they did, which was awesome. So these are literally kids-style activity books. I saw one of these here in Nottingham in the city centre at Forbidden Planet, which was based on Creepshow, so it was all Creepshow activities. I love that. That is such a great idea. And it's just a bit of fun. I know this is kind of very postmodern and looking back and not lampooning things, but it's a direct reference to something childish but with a horror bent, and that's just cool. But I would totally fill in one of these. I would colour the things in. Look, you get crayons with the damn things. I enjoyed so many of these books when I was little, but seeing something like this with like Leatherface and Art the Clown in it is just cool. So that's what I found going on this week in VHS related stuff online. So let's go and check out some tapes, shall we? I think that would be a very good idea. So I've got eBay and I've got Facebook Marketplace I'm going to take a look on this week, just because I want to see what's going on. So I've got horror VHS bundle, and I know from experience that a lot of the things that come up on here will be sell-throughs. There'll be mass market ones, but you never know what's going to come up. So I'm curious to see what we've got this week on eBay in terms of VHS bundles for horror and on Facebook Marketplace, because they are kind of unpredictable at the moment. Like, that's crazy. Okay, so we've got stuff at the top. That's a really good batch. But this is insane. Straight away, I found an insane one. Let's check this out. So we've got Turn Heel, Cherish, Hillbilly Holocaust, and the Carnage Collection. That's... wow. These are nuts. Dubbed in 2022, Turn Heel, Cherish, Double Bill of Underground, British Splatter, Hillbilly Holocaust, excellent German Splatter. The Carnage Collection is an American comedy splatter anthology. That's stuff that you do not see anywhere. That's very cool. It does say they've been dubbed though, so they may be freshly made, as it were. But that is very cool. That's stuff you do not see. You just don't see those. Check those out if you are feeling at more the extreme end of quality. You know, I'm not being disparaging towards SOV movies. I love them, but I understand the limitations. But I also understand the joy they bring just by existing. Just that these things got made is amazing. If you've never watched an SOV horror movie, I would recommend going on the Internet Archive and checking out something like Video Violence, because it's set in a video store, so hell yeah. Ooh, what we've got here, that's a nice mixture. There's some music in there as well. Let's open that one up. Interesting little batch there, but that is... I'll get to that in a moment with the zombie flesh eaters in there. Rewatched that 2 nights ago on streaming, and it looks great on a big screen TV. In 4K, it looks really good. I thought it was going to be one of those where the effects would be kind of limited, but it still has a visceral impact on a big 4K screen. So that was really nice. It was interesting to see that turned out like that. Okay, we've got a bundle there with 16 films in that none of which are particularly uncommon. However, they look interesting because that's quite a lot of tapes for your money there. Yeah, a lot of these are... oh, there's an X-Rental bundle there. Let's take a look at the X-Rental bundle. Sci-fi ones there. You know, it's all about the X-Rentals, but sometimes it's nice to see what is being offered in the sell through the mass market ones like that. VHS bundle there, Horror VHS bundle. The Lamp, The Oracle, Army of Darkness, and Prom Night 2. That's not bad. That's not bad, but maybe 20 quid rather than 30 quid, to be honest. Doctor Who bundle, what we got there? Revenge of the Cybermen, The 5 Doctors, The Hand of Fear, and The 3 Doctors. Okay, you don't see 3 Doctors around that much. That's not a bad one at all. But not what I'm going to get here. See that? There we go. There we go. Extra 1, 2, and 3. While those movies are completely unrelated, pretty much, it's cool to see a set together. So that's a nice one to look at there. And 21.46 for those 3 isn't too bad. They do look like mass market ones though, rather than X-Rentals. If they're X-Rentals, that would be a real steal, that. But I don't think they are. So, inspired by a watch list, isn't that very telling what you've been looking at? Yes, I was looking for copies of Slave Girls Beyond Infinity because I've never had it on tape. Seen it on tape, but I've never owned a copy on tape. Had it on other formats, had it on streaming as well, Full Moon Service and so on. But Slave Girls Beyond Infinity is just a ridiculous bit of sci-fi stupidity, and I've always enjoyed it. Possibly because there's still a teenager in here somewhere trying to escape from his brain prison. That got weird. Oh, new listing VHS bundle. I see some anime there that looks interesting. I do like a bit of 90s anime. I was discovering it myself in the early 90s when we were being exposed to things like Akira and Ghost in the Shell and Ninja Scroll and what else? Urotsuki Doji, but no, I'm not going to. We will not be going down that avenue. But Project AKO is in there, and that was one that was always fun. Enjoyed that one. Redemption movies. Let's see what's in the Redemption batch as well. Okay. Oh, the original 4 X-Files tapes. I remember those. I remember getting the first volume of that. Oh, that's a nice batch underneath it. I'll take a look at that too. I remember getting the first volume of that series of X-Files tapes where there was only the first 4 released. Each one had 2 episodes on it. And the first volume when it came out, if you're one of the first people to get it, you got a free T-shirt, and I had that T-shirt for years. It's got the X-Files logo on the front and like one of the spooky prints on the back. It was very, very cool. Really loved that. Wore that for years. It came in really handy. The thing with nerds, once you've got a T-shirt, you will wear it until it just disintegrates, and that's exactly what I did with that. Not gonna lie. So what we got here, we've got Rough Boys, Days of Thunder, Flash Gordon. Is that Flash? Yes, it's Flash Gordon, not Flash Gordon. Highlander, Life of Brian, Flintstones, Jurassic Park, Poison, Hands of the Ripper, and Pulp Fiction. That's not bad for 20 quid if that scratches your itch. Let's have a look what else they've got. See, just in case there's anything cool. That'll be a no then. Fair enough. The Womble. Oh well. Can't go wrong with the Womble. What am I saying? So this next one we've got here. Okay, £11.12. This is not bad, as that is a copy of Frankenstein Created Woman. It's not a later edition, it's an earlier edition. That's a nice looking tape. They got Wicked City here. The reptoid shall inherit the earth. East to West Films. This is a live action version of a anime on tape. Quite a scarce thing. That's very cool. Quite brutal as well, if I remember rightly. We've got Reanimator. It's an entertainment video copy of Reanimator. So it's one of the mass market sell-through ones, but that's a good looking tape. And here on the end we've got Zombie Flesh Eaters, Lucio Fulci. Yes, when the earth spits out the dead. The return of Lucio Fulci's masterpiece, Zombie Flesh Eaters. Tastier than entrails, says Kerrang. Very gory, says Time Out. Oh shit, Sherlock. So Zombie Flesh Eaters, or known as Zombie 2 in some places, put out by Lucio Fulci, well, made by Lucio Fulci. This edition says special widescreen edition. First previously banned horror film to be available in a special widescreen edition. And it's a letterbox version. What it doesn't say here, that is a far cry from being uncut. There's still a bunch of stuff taken out of that. It's released by Vipco, and they had previously put a version out that said strong uncut version, and it was nowhere near uncut, but it was strong because, you know, it's Zombie Flesh Eaters and it's every bit of it's strong. But cool to have, and I still have a soft spot for the Vipco tapes and DVDs because they were cheap, they were accessible, and they made it possible to see stuff even in an incomplete form. This is before people like Shameless 101 and things like that. 88 Films started bringing out quality releases, things like Arrow Video. We had Vipco, and we had to put up with grainy, remastered versions of movies that were cut to ribbons in many cases. But they were fun, and it made it easy to get a copy and at least see most of the movie. So anyway, worth a look if that is your bag, but £11.12, that is not bad for those, I must say. So we've got this batch here. This is a heck of a batch, all relatively common, but horror VHS bundle, 16 films, £21.52. You cannot go wrong with that for that money. Let's have a look what we've got here. So okay, we've got Dog Soldiers, From Dusk Till Dawn, Escape from New York, Vampires, Flowers in the Attic. That's not a horror movie. It looks like one, but it isn't. Stigmata, Prophecy, great song by Skid Row on the soundtrack for that. Hellraiser, Battle Royale, that's the Alien box set there, isn't it, as well? So we've got Evil Dead 2, Ghost Ship. You know, there's some good evenings of viewing there, especially because House is there. I love House. House is awesome. That's not bad at all. This batch here, 10 horror thriller scary movie bundle videotapes used. Nice memorable title there. We've got Tremors, Venom, Piranha, Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, 10 Rillington Place, Omen 2, Invasion of Body Snatchers, Salem's Lot, Grave of the Vampire, and Deathline. Interesting ones there. That is worth £30 because there's tapes there that you don't see on every other auction, that you don't see available in every other group. That's interesting, even though they are mass market ones. What else have we got here? Big Box X rental bundles. We've got Campfire Tales, it's one of the later releases on VHS. Tomb Raider, China O'Brien 2. Yes! But nothing that's really leaping out there. That's a shame. That's a shame, especially Gladiator. Why would you want to watch Gladiator? There's the bundle of extra movies. The first one, complete lunacy, absolute lunacy. And then the second one is an Aliens ripoff, and the third one is pretty much an X-Files ripoff. And what I like there, as I said earlier, it's cool to see them together. Just getting a set of something straight away is a really cool idea. Right, what's in this one? Oh yes, so that's great though. We've got Enemy Mine, we've got a Charles Bronson movie, which is a bit random, but down here we've got the Hackenden, we've got Project AKO, and we've got Tenshi Mayu. Those, just Project AKO and Tenshi Mayu really take me back to an era where I was watching anime late at night on cable on the Sci-Fi channel, occasionally getting VHS of it. It was expensive, man, and you only get like 2 episodes on each one. So that is just, it takes me back to hanging it in the comic shops when anime was just getting to be more and more aware of over here. Well, same with manga and things like that. There was a big surge of it at one point where we discovered all this stuff that had been around for years. It was an interesting period, but that is not a bad batch for 11, 12. I'm here for that. Redemption movies. These were very clever. I like this because a lot of these films were not big when these were released. They were notorious, and they would be people in certain circles, like really hardcore horror fans, would be aware of things like Flavor of the Heretic, Succubus, and so on, Venus in Furs, and people with a taste for things that Bava, Jess Rollin, Jess Franco would make, Bruno Mattei. Yeah, it's hard saying that, and it's not getting videos taken down. It's hard explaining why, but yeah, there's a certain audience for those tapes, and I can see those being quite collectible. And there are 10 of them there, and that is a good batch, absolutely. We've got a bundle of VHS tapes here. It's got The Hills Have Eyes 2 on it, which is crap, although I've seen it several times because I do own a copy of it. 2 copies, I think, actually. It's got Hellbound Heroes 2. Fantastic. Return of the Living Dead 3, which is just marvellous. House, Slugs, Quite a Mass in the Pit, and New York After Midnight. But the New York After Midnight is on a big box X rental by the look of it there. But these, $42.31. Again, about £30, I would say, for that, including postage, to be honest, because these are sell-throughs, they are mass market ones. They're not X rentals, which are the ones that people will want to collect more, because there is more of a nostalgia thing with those. So let's take a look to end this evening. We're going to have a look around what I can find on Facebook Marketplace. Ooh, the scary place. This is Facebook Marketplace. So we've got, straight away there I see there's 3 movies. Horror is right above my head. Horror VHS movie set, rare sample promotional versions. The photos the other way around, doesn't even tell you what they are. So is that really going to pull people in? We've got a Vipco version of The Beyond there. Let's have a look at that. We've got a collection of 80s horror video. Nightbreed didn't come out in the 80s. It was like 1991, I think. Hellraiser, Evil Dead 2, Dreamscape, American Werewolf in London, lots of Simpsons. What's this one? That's Hellraiser 3. Oh, there's this special edition box set of The Exorcist. I want to check that out because I've forgotten what's actually in that. There's a box there of tapes. That could be, I wonder if there's more pictures of that. Let's have a look at that. Premium VHS horror notebooks with stickers bundle. Okay, I see that there's a market for that. I know a guy that makes those actually, and there's definitely a market for that. It's a good way of using tapes. Say using covers. Say if a tape's damaged, if it can't be fixed, anything like that. It's really cool to at least use the cover for something. I like that. Ooh, Job Lot Bundle 108 VHS videos. Let's have a look at that one. And that should do us for the evening. Let's check this out. Oh, hang on. Horror VHS tapes, 5 each or £50 for the lot. Let's see what's in there too. So the first one we've got is these curious ones. Okay, I see Bloody Birthday. I can't tell what the other 2 are. Let's have a look. Okay, fair enough. Like Human Experiments, Inferno, Beyond Evil, Night of the Bloody Apes. That was banned for a while. That was it was on the video nasties list if I remember rightly. But it's crap. As they used some stock footage from actual open heart surgery. I think that's why it got put on the list. I think it was on the list. I have to check my book. VHS Ain't My Brain. The revised edition is very good. That contains the information on all the nasties. And VHS Ain't My Brain 2, The Revenge, is also out. There's always a way to get an ad in for those. But that's not bad. It's £75, but those are some rare tapes in there. That's cool. Even on sell-through mass market ones. So this is a Beyond. That is, by the look of it, a rental size box, I think. Looks like it. New release. Previously banned uncut version. I wonder if that is actually uncut. There's a great book on VIPCO. Is it in here? That tells the whole story of all the madness of it. No. I don't know where it's gone. That's how well prepared I am. Sorry, but there is a really good book on VIPCO. It's like the horrible true story or something like that tells you all what went on with those movies. But I liked it that they made them available in some form. So I've got to like that. This one here, the Exorcist Special Edition box set, VHS horror and book. This is what I wanted to check this out because I never had this and always fancied it. So that's the back of the box. The VHS tape. Oh, it's the novel. Okay. I thought it was been like a making of. I couldn't remember. Fair enough. Not that exciting. So, this next one. VHS videos, 2 boxes, £7 each. And on the top of that, straight away, I can see £7 value. Because there's always a market for Rambo 3 tapes. It's on Guild as well, so that's not bad. But there's the Combat Zone. I see Combat Zone there. And just for the rarity of that, even though it's not brilliant, that has already covered the price if you want to sell that on. What's in this one? That's the Lombardi movie. There's Roughnecks, Thin Red Line, Air America, Other People's Money. That's a fun movie. But it's nice if you want to bolster your collection, if you want to bulk it out a bit, but there's nothing leaping out beyond a couple there. So this one, 2 large boxes here. Let's see what we've got. Including some large box X rentals. Let's see what we've got here. So I see straight away Spider-Man, Hulk and Mummy triple pack. Yeah, this doesn't look that collectible. However, there's a lot in here that is worth watching. Apart from Riverdance. Because I would rather not. I think I'd rather not. What else is down here? I see The Last Action Hero down there. Tell Like Alex, Fatal Attraction. The World's Greatest Opera and Ballet on video cassette. That's very tasteful. I like that. But yeah, if you want some just easy watches, that's not a bad batch. That's something I've been doing lately, is watching VHS and listening to vinyl and reading books and comics and things, just so I can be not observed all the time. So we're often observed in the things we do, be it by our own devices or by the things we visit online. And sometimes you just need to just step back and not. So this is a giant load of 108 videotapes, various titles, horror, thrillers, football for £120. Let's see if there's £120 of value here. I know nothing about football ones, but I would imagine due to the wide availability of them at the time, I don't think they're going to be that collectible. Got Rage Carry 2, I like that. Some stuff that's open, some Buffy, on Street 4. I mean, if you sold all these at like £5, £3, you'd not be doing too bad. Nothing really leaping out there. There's the colorized version of Night of the Living Dead I see there at the side, and there's just no need for that. That is not okay to do. But it is cool to see these things are around. So the last one I've got up is this one because I was just curious about it. So they're lifting £5 each or £50 for the lot. Now there are some here that are worth a £5 or definitely getting hold of. Don the Mummy, I don't like it, but it has its fans. House of Evil, that's worth picking up because it's not common now. Demon of Ludlow, that's with that cover, that is definitely worth picking up. The Devil Obsession, again, also worth picking up. Not that witchcraft movie. Jesus, do not get that. Blood Tracks, that's got a cut cover on it, by the look of it. The Rabid, I've got that copy of Rabid. It's not that brilliant, but that is not a bad batch for £5 each. As you can choose them, that is the way to go. That is well worth looking at if you want to get some cheap tapes on those shelves. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't? They're just not staying that cheap, to be honest. But this is so cool to see these things are currently out there. Remember to check on eBay. Remember to I missed my finger then. Remember to check on eBay. Remember to check on Facebook Marketplace. Not so much Amazon, but the best place remains for tapes remains still, even now, groups on Facebook, trading and selling groups on there. Check those out. Find ones in your area. Find ones that are active, like 10 posts a day, that sort of thing, and just get to know the people there. Do some trades, buy and sell some tapes, and enjoy. That's what this thing's for. Over the value of these things, the rarity of these things, the scarcity of these things, make sure you watch movies, make sure you enjoy them, and you're in this for the right reasons, in this for the fun of it. That's certainly why I'm here, and it's always fun bringing these episodes to you. I look forward to doing the next one very soon. That was a good segue for me to say thank you for watching this episode of Planet Hex.